What's up YouTube, Jeff back again from SamMyGuru.com, and today another very exciting Samsung video for you guys. And I know a couple of days ago when One UI 8 Beta 4 came out in the US, a lot of you guys were expecting me to make a video. I didn't for two reasons. One, we were busy packing up the mystery boxes for July and we had to get those out last week. We just finished with that, so I was busy, didn't have enough time. But also, I'm just super frustrated with Samsung and the fact that the stable One UI 8 update is still not here for the S25 series. Because honestly, it's a little ridiculous considering the fact that we've been running the beta now for several months. They released a supposed beta build on the Z Fold 7, which I'll talk about that in a second. This build isn't even really stable. The original build that released on the Z Fold 7 isn't even that stable. They pushed an update to that phone, which finally made it somewhat stable. But Samsung, I don't know what they're doing. They wanted to get some goodwill from people for all the One UI 7 delays, and they just completely screwed it up. And now there's some new information that suggests we may have to wait till September for the stable update on the S25 series. And so I want to talk about that, plus what I've experienced with Beta 4 and One UI 8 on the Z Fold 7. It's kind of a One UI 8 super video today. Anyway, before we get started, make sure you check out the website, SamMyGuru.com. Latest Samsung news, tips, tricks, tutorials, and reviews. Continually making a lot of improvements to the website. We have a lot of big stuff planned for later this year. If you're buying an S26 device, the S26 Mystery Box program is now open up here. Just tap the orange banner at the top and that'll take you right directly over here to our pre-order page, where you'll be able to get information on this. And if you tap on the Galaxy S26 Ultra banner there, it'll take you to put in your phone number, email, or both. You get a free case, screen protector, cleaning kit, desktop phone stand when you pre-order with us in January 2026. Lots more great details to come on that, so check it out in the pinned comment description below if you're interested. So first, let's talk about this new information. Last night I was, kind of breezing through, looking at some stuff on X, and I saw this post because we were busy doing a lot of stuff. I had some personal stuff going on. We've been moving to a new home as well as doing the mystery boxes. I've been super busy. I saw this post from Family Taze, who's a pretty well-known Samsung insider when it comes to software stuff. He had some, great info about One UI 7. Fairly trusted. Definitely go give him a follow. I follow him. He follows me back. Appreciate that. He posted, now we enter the time period where Samsung will gatekeep One UI 8 and maximize sales of their foldables as much as possible, talking about the Fold 7 and Flip 7, which supposedly released with One UI 8 stable. I'll talk about that again in a minute. Right now, One UI 8 stable rollout is scheduled for early September on the S25 series, he means, which is just absurd as development was already finished back in June. And I have to agree with him. I feel like with One UI 8 beta, this S25 Ultra that I'm making the video on is on One UI 8 Beta 4. I've had all the stable, official betas, and I've also had some of those insider behind the scenes builds that I ran on my international model. And I feel like aside from a few feature changes and tweaks to the animation style, which now with Home Up you can change the animations to whatever you want, all the builds have been almost exactly the same. There's been almost nothing changed except maybe some very niche bugs, which if there's just some niche bugs that affect certain things, certain apps for instance, or certain small features, why not just push it to stable and then push out some maintenance updates? Samsung's done that for years, and that's less likely to piss off a bunch of people, in my opinion. Anyway, our writer Josh Skinner said early September, it's practically complete. He was running the build on the S24 Ultra, could be pushed to stable. Same feature set as on the Z Fold 7, because Josh also got a Z Fold 7. And Family Taste said, the fact that the August security patch, One UI 7, schedules the next update for almost all devices, pretty obvious they want to push at least one more beta. Best case scenario, they push stable to beta regions in late August. So, when I saw Beta 4 come out, I was also thinking the same thing. Why the heck are we getting a Beta 4 when we should just be pushing this to stable? It's been almost a month since they had the event for the foldables. I expected the stable to be out on the S series, not only the S25, but the S24 at this point. I don't want to say that they're gatekeeping it to get sales, because people said that with the One UI 7, and I defended them and said that would be silly, but there really doesn't seem to be any other reason at this point. So very frustrating, but people keep asking when will it come to stable for the S25. It seems like September to me. That's my personal opinion, and I agree with Family Tay's reasoning, the reasons he cited here. Now, I've been running Beta 4 for a while. If we go down to the software update here, go to last update, ZYGB, there really aren't any new features in this build, first of all, which again shows you that this is not an early, on beta build. They're very far in the development of this. The only thing here that's really new is supports full screen switching while playing videos when using the DeX mode. The other ones are minor bug fixes for the most part. Some of these IMS things are specific to Korea. They don't even aren't even relevant to all regions. iNavi dashcam videos in the gallery app, like these are all like super niche things. Like none of these things really are things that are like, be like, oh man, well, we just can't release the stable update because Bixby routine commands are triggered via voice has a loading issue. That's not a reason not to release the stable update. I mean, just reading some of these is silly. And you might think, well, maybe they're working on getting some of those cool features from the Z Fold 7 into the S series. Well, that's not even true because you don't even have the new, to go down here, you don't even have the new lock screen style, the adaptive lock screen clock. That's not even an option in here. And to be honest, I mean, I hate to say it, but it doesn't even really work properly on the Z Fold 7 half the time. Even when you do have a wallpaper that supports it, like this cat wallpaper, it took me forever to get this to work, like this adaptable clock, but it's not there on the S25 Ultra in the beta. It's not there even if you do have a wallpaper. And you see here, this is Lockstar. Lockstar does work with this new clock style. You can use all the Lockstar features as well. But you really have to play with this to get it to work. It's still not even perfect, even with the new version in One UI 8, the new update the Z Fold 7 got. Now there was an update to the lock screen, which I'm gonna play around with that a little bit and see if maybe that improves it, because that just, people started talking about that, Tarun and some others last night. Maybe that's gonna fix this issue with the adaptive lock screen clock, but that's not available here, as you guys can see. And even if you change it to a person or an animal, I've tried playing with it, it doesn't appear. But this is very finicky. Like you can see here, like you move it, you really have to move it specific places. And sometimes when you save it on the Z Fold 7, it won't actually recognize the adaptiveness and it'll go back to the standard clock. So there was a lot of bugs. Like I said, the Z Fold 7 just got a new update. If I go in here, let's take a look at that really quick so I can talk about the progress. This wobble is just absolutely ridiculous. I hate the wobble on this thing. It's one reason why I don't think I could ever use it for all my tutorials, because the wobble just gets on my nerves and I hate the case on my foldables. This is AYGG, rolled out a few days ago here in the US, 547.22 megs. This one, hopefully fix some of those issues. And I might even do a full overview for this because a lot of people have bought the Fold 7, talk about it some more. But the original build in the Fold 7 did not really seem that stable. So it seems like Samsung kind of rushed a beta build out on the Fold because maybe they didn't test some of those last minute features, which seems like it's the case because they haven't made their way to the S25 Ultra yet. But in terms of the stability, like the day-to-day navigation and stuff, everything is there. So I don't understand like some of these small features, like adding a few things to the now brief or fixing the adaptive lock screen clock. Why is that taking months? It doesn't make any sense what's going on there. So Samsung's software strategy is still in a little bit of a funk. I feel like they have no idea what they're doing. You guys probably listen to me talk about this and you're like, well, this guy's making no sense because he says the Z Fold 7 build had some bugs at launch, but then the S25 build has been fairly stable. Well, yeah, it has bugs for a build that they called stable versus something that they're still calling in beta. But why not just push it out in stable, quote unquote, for the S line as well, and then fix some of these little things? I can't imagine the adaptive lock screen clock is that hard to get right. And if it is, then just shelve that until 8.5. Why'd they even roll it out in the first place? One UI 8 could easily be just a minor stability and bug fix update because One UI 7 was such a massive overhaul. I think people would understand that. Anyway, I'm kind of frustrated about the whole situation because the fact that they keep rolling out glorified beta builds, they did it on the S25 with One UI 7, they did it on the Z Fold 7 with One UI 8, and then also delaying those same builds for the previous gen phones is annoying and just going to upset all of their loyal fans, in my opinion. Let me know what you guys think. September's our best guess for the S25 series. Beta 4, in terms of navigation, just animations, everything, super stable. Like no problems there. It's just some of those features, they haven't worked them in yet. So I would assume a Beta 5 is coming later this month. So that puts stable in September. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification icon. Check out the Mystery Box program if you guys are interested in purchasing Galaxy S26 Ultra, which should launch with One UI 8.5. Hopefully not in a glorified beta form that they call stable, but we'll see. I appreciate you guys checking out the video. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks so much for watching.